on this week with Magic City Classic and the game this weekend. So how's the weather looking for us?
Well, the weather's going to be staying in check as far as staying dry. That pattern is not breaking down, at least for the next week or so, maybe even going into the beginning of November. So a lot of sunshine to go around, at least for today and for much of this week. Here's a look at Tuscaloosa and Hoover. We've got cloudless skies. I mean, imagine that. It's been pretty much the exact same sky that we've had over the last 7 to 10 days, and that is going to continue, as I mentioned, as that drier air continues to linger around. And that drier air will allow those temperatures to at least reach the upper 70s, lower 80s today, much like they did yesterday. Maybe a degree or two warmer in spots, as we'll see here in just a second. This evening, temperatures after sunset quickly falling back into the 60s and eventually upper 50s there by around 11 p.m. High temperatures here in west central Alabama going for around 82 in Utah, 83 in Tuscaloosa and Northport, and 83 as well for Reform. Moving over here to the I-65 corridor, a degree or two cooler than west central Alabama, 81 in Clanton, same for Hoover, Alabaster, Birmingham, right up I-65, 79 for Aniana and for Coleman, and then eastern Alabama going to be in those upper 70s to lower 80s, 78 for Lafayette and 80 for Alexander City, 82 for Sylacauga. So it is going to be a warm afternoon. Our average high temperature for this time of the year around 75 degrees, so still running about 5, 6, 7 degrees above that average. High pressure just located here in the mid-Atlantic region. It was over Tennessee and Kentucky for the last several days. It's been slowly migrating its way eastward, really taking its time. But notice, as long as it stays on that same plane from west to east, it's still keeping our winds here out of that east-northeasterly direction, downsloping off the southern tail of the Appalachian Mountains, and that's keeping our skies clear. That high pressure leading to a lot of sinking air. So that lower humidity going to stick around. Even though we see an increase in humidity by Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, it's still going to be here in that comfortable category. So temperatures warming into the mid-80s, 83 by Wednesday, 84 on Thursday and Friday, about 10 degrees above our average of 75 to 76 for this time of the year. This weekend's going to be absolutely gorgeous, low 80s on Saturday, and then we'll see kind of a backdoor cold front come in on Sunday. That'll knock our temperatures down here into the mid-70s, closer to average, but again, no threat for rain. It's been 23 days after we're done with today, 23 days since that last measurable rainfall in Birmingham. That was on September 28th. And notice that our dry streak continuing will eventually put those number of days without any rain at all up here into record territory. 26 days is the top 10, or I should say the record for the 10th driest stretch of weather that we've had, and that was back in 2001. So once we get to Thursday, Friday, Saturday of this week, we're going to start to see that number into here, the record territory here by we get towards the later end of this week, going into the upcoming weekend. Our normal rainfall for this time of the year going through October, around 2.25 inches is what we should have so far to this date in the month. We've had not a drop of rain here in October so far, and the Weather Prediction Center is showing the next 7 days completely dry across the entire deep south and portions stretching back into Arkansas and the Ohio Valley as well. So a good chunk of the southeast continuing to stay dry. Temperatures warming here into the mid-80s by the end of this week, and then back to the mid-70s by next Sunday. Kristen?
All right.